And is it recording? It is recording, right?
Mhm.
Yes.
And I'm clear. Everything is good.
Yes.
All right, great. Peace, peace, and welcome. This is the BWEC Podcast. This is our interview today with BWEC Newsletter feature entrepreneur, Dr. Marrissa Dick, who is the founder of Nubian Romance Novels. So I am your host, Empress Ayana, and I am so happy to have you all here today with us with this wonderful interview that we're going to have. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to kick it off. I am your host, as I said, Empress Ayana. I am the founder of the Black Women's Entrepreneurial Collective, or the BWEC, right? And I am also a certified holistic health consultant. I am a licensed life insurance producer here in the state of Connecticut. And most of all, I run a business that is called Onyx Restorative Justice. And in that business, I support Black women business owners with marketing, branding, and also helping Black women with developing practices, right, that are efficient and effective in their businesses. So, and I also curate safe spaces for Black women entrepreneurs, such as the Black Women's Entrepreneurial Collective. So thank you so much. We will go ahead and introduce each of ourselves, and then I will introduce our featured entrepreneur for the day. So go ahead, Dorcia, if you don't mind introducing yourself, please.
Okay, thank you. I am Dorcia Hart, a retired pharmacist, and I am your BWEC Technical Assistant Co-Leader. I also help you with your alignable profile. And as a retired pharmacist, I also help you with aligning your body to help your body rejuvenate yourself through hydration, nutrition, and movement. Thank you.
Thank you, Dorcia. Tonya.
Hello, everyone. I am Tonya Cross. I am the BWEC Black Women's Entrepreneur Collective Quality Assurance Co-Leader. My responsibility is managing our alignable group and keeping the conversation going. I'm also an accessory designer. My specialty is cowrie shell and African print designs. I merged my two passions to create and educate. I'm also a handmade business coach. And I show creative women entrepreneurs how to gain online brand visibility and start converting their followers into customers. Excited to be here and to interview our next BWC feature.
Yes, thank you so much, Tanya. Yes. And let me just jump right into it. I'm going to go ahead and introduce the BWEC Newsletter Autumn 2024 edition featured entrepreneur. It's a mouthful, but we here for it, right? And that is Dr. Marrissa Dick, a Bronx native now residing in Greensboro, North Carolina, has been captivating readers with her African American contemporary Christian sci-fi romance novels since 1996. Her 6 novels, Fire, Cousins, Deja Vu Desires Part 2, Comfort Letters, and Them's Eve's Daughters are much more than romantic tales. They delve into spiritual warfare, depicting the tension between angels and demons while tackling the struggles of flesh versus faith. Each story weaves Christian values into relatable, emotionally charged experiences, often leaving readers inspired to reflect on their own life journeys. Excuse me, y'all. I have a little one and she is crying. Y'all give me 1 second. I'm sorry. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for y'all patience. We gotta take care of the children, y'all. Okay, so where was I? I believe, did I say each story weaves Christian values into relatable, emotionally charged experiences, often leaving readers inspired to reflect on their own life journeys. Dr. Dick's work is a bold exploration of the complexities of human nature, all while maintaining a strong spiritual core. She blends faith, passion, and fantasy, offering readers narratives that are both entertaining and transformative. Her novels are available in both written and audio formats, allowing readers to enjoy them in any setting. With a PhD in educational studies and cultural foundations, Dr. Dick is not only an author, but also an esteemed academic, having taught for over 20 years. She has received numerous accolades, including the Teacher Professor of the Year Award at North Carolina A&T State University. In addition to writing and teaching, she cherishes spending time with family, traveling to the Caribbean, attending church, and cooking. Through it all, her faith and love for God remain central, guiding both her personal and professional life. So we'd like to welcome you, Dr. Marrissa Dick. Thank you so much for being here with us and for accepting our invitation to be the BWEC Newsletter Autumn 2024 edition featured Entrepreneur. We're so excited to have you here today with us and to interview you. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you. It's an honor and privilege to be here. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. And I always really gush over the fact that being a part of the BWEC, having created the BWEC, we create a space, right, where we get to interview some really amazing, powerful Black women who are doing really wonderful things, and it really is wonderful to tell the story so that other people who are coming along, who are on their own journey, they can kind of see, right, and relate to your own journey. So we're so happy to have you here. I'm going to let Dorcia go ahead and kick it off with our very first question.
Okay.
Hey, thank you. So, Dr. Dick, how are you doing this evening?
I'm blessed and highly favored. Thank you.
Good. So, your first question. You've been writing African-American contemporary Christian sci-fi romance novels since 1966.
No.
1996.
I wasn't even born in 56.
Excuse me. 1996. What initially inspired you to blend these unique genres?
Well, actually, it wasn't until I entered my PhD program did I realize that my educational journey was really a tumultuous one. I went to Catholic school, elementary and middle school, and the nuns were not very nice to me at all.
Oh, yeah, I understand that. I went to one of those too.
Yes. And so, being physically abused and thrown in coat closets and being left there, my mind would go someplace else, metacognition. And to stay, I guess, sane in what was happening in my reality, my mind would go someplace else. And it wasn't until my PhD program did I learn the language for what my mind was doing. Oftentimes, maybe in psychology, they call it fight or flight.
Right.
So my mind would go someplace else to give me comfort. And it wasn't until I started reading different books, different theorists, did I even know that there was such a thing as fantasy theory. Wow. And every time I turned a page from a theorist, I saw myself and I would just break out crying because I'm like, I didn't imagine any of this. This is me right here in this textbook. written
Wow.
by this
Mhm.
theorist.
Wow, that's a
So
blessing.
it was education that, really brought me around to understand what I was doing naturally. There was terminology for. So it just all blended together. I've been doing it my whole life.
Okay, thank you for that.
Mhm.
I
Thank you.
love that so much. Yeah, and thank you so much for that answer. All right, so Dr. Dick, spiritual warfare plays a central role in your novels.
Mm.
Why did you choose this theme, and how does it deepen the reader's experience?
I chose the spiritual warfare honestly because I was going through it and didn't know what was happening. We have these voices in our head and even thoughts, and you wonder where that thought even come from. So when I was going to give my life to Christ, my relationship with God was getting closer and closer. And my walk just completely changed. And everything around me began to just go haywire. And I had no clue what was happening. And again, I knew I was not imagining what I was hearing and what I was feeling. And I went to a visiting church one day, and it seemed like that pastor was speaking directly to what was going on with me. And I said, "Oh, okay, Marrissa, you're not imagining it. What you're going through is spiritual warfare." And so there is, in most of my books, God is assigning an angel to bring someone to him. And at the same time, Satan is assigning a demon to make sure you stay in a backslidden condition or you don't get the opportunity to give your life to Christ. And I was actually going through that. And, I used to be ashamed to tell people that I could hear the swords going off. I could hear the conversations. I could hear the literal battle going on. But that's my truth. That's my testimony. And so I know from my own experience that spiritual warfare is real. And if Satan had his way, I wouldn't be a Christian and I would not have Jesus Christ as my personal Lord and Savior. I wouldn't be where I am today.
I know that's right, Dr. Marrissa Dick. Listen, like that's a really powerful answer. And I often, when I, even in my own work, of what I do, because I do a lot of emotional intelligence and
Mhm.
self-awareness, type of work. And I often talk about how a lot of what we experience in this world is spiritual warfare. Like we
Mhm.
get confused and we think that this physical thing that we see on a
Mhm.
day-to-day is what we're up against. But no,
Mhm.
it's
Mhm.
something far greater. It's something
Yes.
far deeper that really brings us closer to ourselves, right? And
Mhm.
helps us to understand and free ourselves from whatever it is so that we can be elevated, right? Our spirit. And I'm not a religious woman. However, there are, ties between all things. And
Yes.
so we're saying the same thing, and I just think it's really powerful what you do with your writings, for the people, especially that relate to the story that you're telling, because I think so many people will be able to see themselves in your own story in spiritual warfare. And, so many of us can relate to that. So I think it's just very, very powerful. And I really appreciate your work.
Thank you.
Yes. And it also kind of ties in because you were saying how you were able to find a community that was able to help you navigate through the things that you were experiencing. And it's a great segue into my question because at the BWC, the Black Women's Entrepreneur Collective, community is very important to us, and it's very important for us to create a safe space for people to be true to themselves and true to their identities, whatever that identity may be. For you, how has BWEC, being a part of the BWEC community, how has that impacted you as a writer, as an entrepreneur, author? How has that helped you finding that community and finding that safe space?
Well, it felt great. I hopped on the BWEC as soon as I saw it come across my LinkedIn. And I read the purpose. It made me feel good to know that there were other Black women trying to discover their purpose and trying to get their work out there with other professionals. And so when I was on LinkedIn, I just kept looking, and nothing really resonated with me. But as soon as the BWEC came across, I clicked on it immediately. So it was really very organic that it happened. And coming to the first interest meeting, there are professional women. Everyone does something different. Everyone is not just for self, but it was all about everyone telling their story about who they are. It was uplifting other people. And that's what I could really gravitate to and really appreciate. And just the fact that, my books are adult oriented. Just because we're Christians don't mean we don't do what adults do, because I am a divorced woman and I was married for 12 years and I did married woman thing.
Right.
So, that's a struggle in still trying to find yourself and find your niche. And as I listened to all of the sisters who came in particular on that first call, everyone had so much passion and enthusiasm for each other, making connections. And like I say, the organic way that the BWEC, that the collective is here, not just for one person, but to push everybody out there to their purpose. So you can be who you were designed and authentically meant to be. And so that's what it's done for me. It made me realize, wow, I'm not out here by myself. And that alone feels good. And, support of one another, because I saw this beautiful jewelry that I was able to purchase and wear by Miss Tonya, y'all. She made it. And as soon as I saw it,
And thank you for that reflection, Dr. Dix, because that's the whole purpose. And you really summed up the purpose of the BWEC, because we want to create that type of environment where people, women, specifically women of color, Black women, feel comfortable in being who they are and feel supported more than anything, and feel like their voices are being heard. So thank you for that response. Thank you.
Yes, that was beautiful. Thank you so much, Dr. Dick, for that.
But it was true.
Yes. Well, and it's just, to hear it, and I'm just so grateful, because as Tonya said, this is what we put it together for, right? Like, this is why I started the Black Women's Entrepreneurial Collective, and I'm just so grateful. I had so much gratitude for my team, right? Tonya, amazing the way that she engages with the team and with all the members. And then, you have Dorcia, who's always ready to provide technical assistance and support to our members. She's always flexible and always just willing to help and standing where she can. And I just have so much gratitude to my team because it took some time to get here now. It took some time to get here. And sometimes it takes you time to align with the people to help, you push your vision forward. So I am just really humbled by your experiences, and it gives me so much more energy and motivation to continue with the work and, just keep pressing forward and, all the things that we have lined up for our members. So it just really feels good to hear that 100%. And for you to be like, listen, it's true, so I love it.
It's a safe space. It's a safe space for support.
Right.
Yes, for sure. So, Dorcia.
So, Dr. Dick, you mentioned backslide in one of your other answers. I know your novels depict moments of backsliding and redemption. Why is it important for you to show both sides of this human experience in your writing?
Oh, because I've backslidden. I live in this flesh every day. And, some people think if you've made one mistake, then you can't ask for forgiveness. And that's not the God I serve. And being able to understand that people think because you're a Christian or you give your life to Christ that you have to be perfect, and the saving grace for being a Christian is that you can always ask for forgiveness and keep it moving, So when you know better, you do better. Right. And so people may not want to give their life to Christ because they know they're still, dibbling and dabbling. And again, you're human. And as long as you're, trying to walk your walk, and if you fall back, you can literally get back up and keep it moving. And I think people need to be able to relate to that and not say, well, I'm not going to, praise God, or I'm not going to go to church, or, what have you, because I've done X, Y, and Z. You're human. God knew you were going to do what you did anyway. Right. So, we all have choice, and whatever choice you make, you're going to reap the repercussion of it. But you can always just ask for forgiveness and keep it moving. And that's the good thing for me about Christianity, because as a woman, who loves tall chocolate, sexy, ass, that's a struggle, so what do you do?
Right.
Or do you not, or do you just pray? Okay. So sometimes you pray and the prayer gets you through, like in my books, and sometimes you say, God help me, and then you waking up like, oh God, did I really just do that?
Okay. Yeah,
I'm glad I was on mute for that one, because that laugh, I just laughed.
Yes, I was over here laughing too.
Right. So we're not perfect, but at least they can relate.
Yes, people can relate. Yeah. I've had people tell me, I am so glad I read Angel 5, because some of the characters in it, one is just, she's really, really praying. And then there's a man of God who's really praying to remain celibate and wait for his wife, to come. So there's scripture in there that they're thinking, that they're reciting to give them strength. Sometimes they can rein it in, and other times they can't. So it's real life story. Just because you're a Christian don't mean you're going to be perfect, and that you're not going to have your seasons of whatever it is you're doing.
Right. Well, I think people really like the book because it's they see real life people in there, and I agree with you. That makes it really important for people to be able to read it, relate to it, and enjoy. A nice novel like that. Thank you.
Thank you for the
It's
question.
definitely relatable. All right. So, okay. So, Dr. Dick, family is central to your life. How does your faith and connection with your loved ones influence your writing and teaching?
Probably my faith is it grows daily. I am really a family orientated person, and I love my sister's children. My brother and I don't have kids, so my sister's 3 children married, and they all procreated. So I have 14 great nieces and nephews, and they are very central in my life. But I'm the cook of the family. So my house is where everybody comes to eat and, do all those family gathering things. And so my love for them, I couldn't even imagine loving in particular, these great nieces and nephews more if I had pushed them out my own body. I couldn't imagine loving my own birth child more. But because I love them so much, I really do my best to practice treating others the way I want to be treated, because I know karma is real. And I take that into the classroom with me. And because I've had so many miseducated experiences by the teaching profession, and being made to feel as though I was not as smart. It seemed to me my tests were sometimes different or harder than everybody else's. I believe in karma, so I really practice what I preach. I'm treating someone else's child the way I treat my own babies, my own nieces and nephews, and my great nieces and nephews, because they're all grown and growing, and they're going to go off and go to college. And I want them to meet somebody like me that's going to nurture them, do that other mothering inside of the classroom. My students tell me, Dr. Dick, you always fussing. Yeah, but there's a difference between a fussing with love than, a fussing, I don't like you because you have melanin in your skin, in your body. That's a big difference. That's what I got in Catholic school. But everyone is welcome. And my classroom is a safe space. And it has always been my prayer that when my babies went to school, they would have someone, a nurturing teacher who would listen and who would not abuse them mentally or emotionally, so they can gain the knowledge that they're actually there to learn in a loving way. Because when you feel safe, you can open up and you can absorb the information that's being fed to you. So that would be my correlation. I'm always thinking how I want someone to treat me and mine.
That's nice. I love that. I love it. You coming with the answers. That's for sure. Okay. You're not playing. You are interview ready. Okay. I love it. Your answers are always just well thought out. I love it. Love it. Just amazing. Oh, you're an educator. Of course, right? Of course. But I love it because it really shows your passion about what you do. It just comes to you so naturally. So beautiful answer, Dr. Dick. You killing it, okay?
Yeah, and yeah, that was a great answer, and it made me think about for the record, for people to know, our people we interview do not get the questions prior to. So this is really authentic, coming from her heart and how she truly feels. One of the things that we do at BWEC, we provide a platform for people to promote themselves, promote their business. So I just want to go ahead and give you opportunity to let our listeners and viewers know where they can find your books. I know we've had the conversation prior to the interview about now you have Audible as well as written books. So yes, please share where our viewers and listeners can find your book. And also, I want to go ahead and let the viewers and listeners know that the BWC, Black Women's Entrepreneurial Collective, our home is alignable, but we're looking to expand into other places. So but that's
Yes,
definitely
we
where you
are.
can find us.
Alignable. I said LinkedIn, but I meant alignable. Forgive
You're
me.
fine. You're fine. You are fine. But go ahead and tell us where we can find those books.
You can
Yes.
find my novels at nubianromance.com, as well as the audibles being read by me. And I decided to read them myself because I know each character. And so I just thought that was best. So you can't get the downloads anywhere else except for my website. But I'd like to show you, this is Angel 5.
Okay.
This is Letters.
Okay.
Okay.
This is Cousins.
Okay.
And this is Bimsy's Daughters.
Okay. And I like how the covers represent.
Mm-hmm.
Now this is Deja Vu Desires.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And this is the latest one, Deja Vu Desires Part 2, Comfort.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Nice.
she's a little thick.
Oh, and look, I like a good read. I like a book that's kind of like on the thicker side because I'm like, oh yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna really get into this. Okay, this is gonna
Yes.
be good. Okay, I
Yeah.
don't like it to be over too quick, especially if it's a
Right.
good read. So I
Right.
actually get excited about books that are a little bit bigger.
Yeah,
Okay.
this one, Part 1, Deja Vu Desires, this is her just praying, when the husband comes and what my life is going to be like. She's fantasizing it. And
Okay.
so in here, all of that fantasy works itself out.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
But
Okay.
nubianromance.com, you can also purchase them on Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, and iUniverse.com as well.
Okay. So did you self-publish or you work with a publisher?
I am self-published.
Okay.
Yes.
Good for you.
Yes,
Good
and
for
my
you. No
books are
middleman.
print on
Keep all the
demand.
money for yourself.
Yes.
Right. We support
I
that
love
here
it.
at the BWEC. Okay,
We definitely
keep the
do that.
money for yourself.
We definitely do
Okay.
that for sure. So
That is
I'm
it.
excited for you, and I definitely need to check out the website because I like to read when I travel. Yeah. So
Yeah,
yeah, I'll definitely check it
they
out.
really are good books, and not just because I
Okay.
wrote them. You really can find pieces of yourself or someone or you can say, oh, I know somebody went through that, or even I went through that. And, it really resonates and you can connect with them because they're real life stories.
Okay. But thank you for that amazing answer.
Thank you.
Yes. And I'm just going to bring it home and we're going to wrap it up. Okay. So, okay. What advice would you give to aspiring authors who want to explore more complex themes like faith, romance, and spiritual warfare in their writing?
I think some advice would be to carve out your niche, like I carved out sci-fi in mine. People ask where did I get that all the time, and I gave that explanation, what I'm hearing. Carve out your niche and just write. There's no said way or prescribed way and outline. Some people write like that. I don't. I just begin to hear the conversations and I sit down and I just start typing. And don't doubt yourself. Don't go around asking a whole lot of other people's opinions because this is what God gave you. This is your passion, and how it evolves is going to be uniquely for you. So don't think your writing style has to be like anyone else's. Mine's isn't. And my way of writing is completely different than a lot of people. I literally see my characters, and some people's like, well, what in the world be going on with her? I literally see them. I might walk in my house and see a character sitting at my table, and I'm like, I know this person. And it's someone from my book. And so in the beginning, I never told people that because I was fearful about what they would think about me. So I learned to just keep my tongue between my teeth and just write what God downloads to me. And don't worry about if everybody's going to like it because everybody doesn't like my book. Some people say, a lot of pastors say, oh, you're telling too much, or, it's too graphic. And like Christians don't do these things. I mean, we see this stuff on the news every day. But, so don't, your work is going to be for those who enjoy it. You're not going to please everybody. Don't be upset if people in your circle, your immediate family, even your friends don't purchase your books. They love you, they will support you, but they may not purchase your books. That doesn't mean anything. Don't let that stop you. I encourage young writers all the time. And I tell them, don't give up. Because if you don't have anyone pushing you forward, you have to be the one to do that for yourself. You have to see yourself futuristically, walking on that red carpet, sitting there, signing the books, taking pictures with people. Those things happen really quickly for some people. And for others, look at me. I've been doing this since 1996. I got 6 books. And I'm still not where I want to be, but I haven't stopped writing, And my books appeal to some folk and others, they don't. I don't take it personally at all. I just say thank you for listening. And so with you, follow your passion. Don't let anyone dissuade you, and just write it. It doesn't have to be perfect because you're always going to go back and reread it. So you can always fix it. Just get it out. That's what you need to do first. Just get it out and carve your own niche.
Okay, I love that. Yes. Okay. Let's go. Dr. Marrissa Dick, listen.
Look at
You know, I was thinking about earlier how we need like a soundboard, right? Because I will be hitting that horn like, you know, like that. Like, listen, you're killing it. Okay. Fire, 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 fire. We need some clapping emojis. We would hit that. I mean, not emoji, but you know, sound.
Right,
Like, because you really just, your answers have really just been amazing. It's just fire. Okay. I'm loving it. And you know, I'm so happy that you decided to continue to express yourself, but through your writing, you know, you didn't give up, because then we would not have these amazing novels for us to be able to check out and read and also be influenced by, right? And be able to relate to. So I'm so happy that you decided to just put your energy into your writing, because here you are, right? And with that being said, what upcoming projects are you most excited about, whether in the literary world or in education?
Education, I always look forward to graduation. So students will be graduating at the end of December. And that's when I get to take pictures with all of my babies that I haven't seen since freshman or sophomore year. And they're seeking me out. They're like, where is Dr. Dick? And I love it. I help them, you know, with their robes, make sure they're straight, their pins. And so I enjoy graduation because I can actually see the growth in my students. And I just finished Comfort. I'm already downloading Angel 5 Part 2. Okay. And, you know, as soon as I finished Comfort, it just started downloading and I'm just clicking and writing. So, you know, you have to follow you have to follow the vibe. And I know I'm not someone that sits idle, just sitting, you know, chilling, doing nothing. I may do a woosah for 5 minutes, but I am always working, either grading papers, correcting, you know, a syllabus, or writing. And so I enjoy staying busy. It lets the time go by faster. So those are things I'm excited about, working on Angel 5 Part 2 and December graduation.
Yes. Okay. I love it. And before we go, show the people those amazing earrings that you got from Miss Tonya Cross, please.
Yes,
Of Accepted
they
Glory.
are
Yes. A part of the
genius.
Black Women's Entrepreneurial Collective team. Let's go. Okay.
Yes.
Y'all.
Miss Tonya gave these away as a gift at our first meeting, y'all.
Yeah.
That's
And
right.
when I saw them, I was like, oh, I hope I win that. I didn't win it, but I went and bought it.
I know that's right. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yes.
And I appreciate your support, Dr. Dix. I appreciate your support too.
Yes, isn't it beautiful?
It is so pretty. It really is so vibrant. That's gorgeous.
And they're not heavy. You can't even feel them. I don't feel it around my neck. It's just it just goes with it's beautiful. And I had so many compliments today. I went on campus and everybody's like, Dr. Dick, you always on fleek. I'm like, yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Yes, let's go. I love it. I love it so much. You have gave us an amazing interview, a wonderful time. Thank you so much, Dr. Marrissa Dick, for being here and interviewing with us. And so for those who may not be members of the Black Women's Entrepreneurial Collective, or maybe, you know, you're just hearing about us, we are basically a group that is on Alignable, Black Women Entrepreneurs. We are over 1,400 100 strong at this point in time. So we have lots of resources, meetings, lots of just amazing things to support our Black women entrepreneurs. And we create a vibe in a space, as even Dr. Marrissa Dick has, let you know, that feels safe for Black women, all Black women for all backgrounds. It does not matter, but we are on Alignable, and you can find us at www.alignable.com. So you can create a free account on Alignable. And not only that, it was something else I was going to say. Oh, I know what it was. Not only that, but I like to be clear that Alignable is not social media. Alignable is specifically about, networking professionals. So don't feel like, this is just another place to sign up and have to engage people and figure out the algorithm and all that kind of stuff. You do not have to worry about that with Alignable. So our group name is the Black Women's Entrepreneurial Collective. You can find us over there. And as a matter of fact, in the description on our channel here, you can also find information about how to get connected with our group. So we try to make it easy for y'all. Oh, and one of the other things I was going to say, you must be a member of the BWEC in order to have access to our newsletter. So that's another thing. So yes, do join us. If you are a Black woman entrepreneur, you are a business owner, and you're looking for a network of other Black women business owners, and you're just looking for some support and empowerment, we are the place to be, okay? So
Yes,
come on over, okay? And that way you can also look at our newsletter, which is amazing. We will be dropping that, our fall edition, autumn, because we are fancy, okay? Our autumn edition newsletter, and so we're so excited about that. Thank you. Everyone have a wonderful rest of the day. Peace. Thank you, Dr. Marrissa Dick.
Thank you.
Are we all?
That went great.
We still on, but hold on. Let me see how I get.
you get us off of YouTube.
I'm trying to get us off the live. Okay. I really don't know how to do it. Let me see. Listen. Okay. Hold on, y'all. This is our very first one because the last one, it didn't work out the way we had expected. So, okay, it says live. So let me see, end. No, it's not going to let me end it that way. So listen, if we still want to kind of like chat, let me end this live and we could come right back. We're just going to have to do it like that, y'all. I'll see y'all in a second if y'all want to just chat for a quick second.